Because do you know how PTSD is actually downloaded? It's not downloaded through the trauma of what's happening. It's downloaded the moment you disassociate from the pain. This is very important. When you say, I can't be here, that's when it becomes trauma. But if you were just to stand there and look, totally in your body, totally in the present moment, and go through something like a trauma that would be very scary for the body, but yet you stayed totally present and didn't disassociate in that moment, it would not become PTSD. PTSD is created from the disassociation place of the pain. So then we spend the rest of our life disassociating from the pain, and that's what PTSD is. It's not what you did, it's how you felt about what you did. It's not what happened, it's how you felt about what happened. Okay? Because there's people who kill people who don't feel anything about it. And then there's people who kill people who feel guilt about it. Who do you think is going to have PTSD? The person who actually felt some way about it. See?
And I've noticed too, over the last couple of months that I feel different in the situations. Like, I mean, there's like a lack of feeling like, I just kind of have stopped giving so much of myself, and I don't care.
Getting numb?
Yeah. Well, not really numb. I'm just like, well, if this is the way you want to live, I'm not your slave. So then you can live in this messy house.
But is that the way you want to live?
No.
Then that's
I
numb.
don't want to live there at all.
But it's numb. You're getting comfortable with your discomfort.
It's yes and no, because I've been standing up for myself more.
Good.
Like, I mean, it's like, instead of just like walking away from it and being like, this is your shit, which I do that sometimes too. I kind of facilitate back and forth. But there are some times where I'm like, no, this is bullshit, and I'm not dealing with it anymore. So,
yeah, it's
kind of a back and forth thing where before it was just do everything and keep everybody happy. And I'm not there. I'm not in that space really
So
anymore.
you're shifting through the path of least resistance. You're making changes. You're becoming more aware, that's for sure. Because the first step, you guys, is none of us are going to be perfect at this. We've spent our entire lives hiding these things from ourselves. Hiding it. So it's not something that you can just be like, yeah, 7 steps. Bam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that easy. Stephanie, what was your question?
I was curious the difference between being numb and blowing the charge in that situation.
So numb is when you don't notice it anymore, but it's still uncomfortable.
You kind of feel like a sociopath or something.
You kind of are. Numbness to me is living a double life.
Yeah, it's like disassociating your emotion from what's
Neutral.
going on.
Neutrality means you have no opinion about it. And the thing is it's like the color blue. Like there is no charge at all. But the thing is see, numbness, if you had a conversation with someone, you would feel the charge buried way down deep.
Yeah.
We're not putting you guys in the situation where I'm saying call your mom and have a conversation. I've never talked that way. I'm saying put yourself in the emotional place of going all the way down into the pain and re-experiencing why you chose to believe that love hurts or that you are going to be abandoned if you don't be of service. Because you know what? There was a period of time when you were a little baby and you didn't have to behave in a certain way to be fed. Remember that time? Remember when you just got your diapers changed without singing and dancing for it? Like, you didn't have to be of service. You just knew you had an expectation because you are born in the frequency of self-love. That's why everyone loves babies, by the way. It's because the frequency that they are emitting is self-love. The frequency a dog emits is unconditional love. Okay, that's why if you're really having a hard time, you get around babies and pets and you feel more of who you are because those are two essences of yourself. Okay? So it's really important to find out what the pattern represents instead of going into the storyline, because what you're going to see is that the storylines don't always make sense with each other. Well, it didn't exactly happen this way this time.
Yeah.
You see how I can disassociate because my relationships have evolved and changed. But if you look underneath the essence, the pain is still there of love hurts or whatever, fill in the blank, or I have to be of service in order to get love, but that means love hurts because you are not here to be of service 24 hours a day. You are not having time for yourself. You are not having nurturing for yourself. Therefore, in order to receive love, you have to deny self.
Yeah.
So when you're processing, it's really important to go all the way into the deepest parts of the pain. And instead of going, how can I feel better? Go, how deeply can I feel this?